You may be seated. Good morning, Shabbat Shalom. So when I was a kid, there was only one disease we really worried about. Our parents worried about a lot of other ones, but there was only one that we were worried about. It was highly contagious. You could get it from absolutely anyone without knowing. Cooties. Cooties made you an outcast. You were unclean and isolated from others. Now there were remedies, of course. There was the cootie shot, and of course the cootie catcher. Now I did try to make a cootie catcher this week, and apparently all my cootie catching skills have eroded. But you can see online how to make them. They were very effective. There is no adult onset cooties, in case you were wondering. No, it sounds like kind of a benign thing that kids just play around with, but it did get us used to thinking that some people needed to be avoided because they have some strange spiritual contaminant about them. Um, Now that's fine when kids do it, but part of the problem is we think about that in religion as well. Sometimes when the Torah talks about something being pure or impure, being tahor or tameh, we often think about it as really an advanced form of cooties. The Torah doesn't have a word for cooties, but that's kind of how people think about it. That it's some sort of spiritual or physical uncleanness. But I think what's important, I think this is very deep within Judaism, is that the human body is never dirty. Right? That's not what tameh means about being in a state of what we translate as ritual impurity. I want to offer a different way of thinking about this idea of pure and impure, of tahor and tameh, is that I'd like to define tahor, the word we use for pure, is someone or something that has energy to give, that has potential energy, has creative energy, just has energy whatsoever. And that tameh, what we translate as impure, is someone or something whose energy has been depleted, whether compromised or harmed, someone who needs some space to recover or to recharge. And I think that these are very important distinctions because we sometimes talk about people's bodies when they're in a state of tum'ah, this ritual impurity, as being dirty, as someone who needs to be isolated. We treat people with illness this way. Um, a woman who gives birth is considered tameh. A woman within her monthly cycle was also considered tameh. It's not dirty. We have kind of weaponized these things, but it's not dirty. Tameh means that the person is in a place where they just need to recover and to recharge and to feel like themselves again. It's not that there's something wrong, that these are natural human things. The people are not to be shunned, but allowed to be supported, allowed to recharge, to be given some space. And I think that this has to be done without judgment. It has to be done without stigma. How often do we isolate people with illnesses? We're afraid even that illnesses that aren't contagious are somehow contagious, that we don't want to be around. What they need is space. What they need is comfort. They need compassion, but not the distance. And I think this idea comes from the Torah portion, or at least how I understood it this week, is there's a very strange thing that the Kohanim and prepare this sacrifice of the red heifer, which is a cow that's sacrificed and then is burnt in order to provide a way of others purifying themselves. I don't want to go into all the details of it. But what's striking about it is that the Kohanim and the people who prepare the sacrifices themselves are in a state of tumah, of this ritual impurity. It says, "V'chibes begadav hakohen v'rachatz b'saro b'mayim v'achar yavo el hamachaneh v'tamei hakohen ad ha'erev." The Kohen, the priest, will wash the garments, bathe in water, and after that may re-enter the camp, but they will be impure until evening. And this is anyone who is involved in this is in a state of tumah, a state of impurity until the evening. So it's very strange that the ones who worked and sacrificed for the people were actually themselves ritually impure for a while. But when you think about all the amount of work that the Kohanim were doing on behalf of the people, they were exhausted. They needed the space. What the Torah allows is the Kohanim to recharge after serving on behalf of the people. And if you think about how difficult it is caring for other people sometimes, taking care of other people, taking care of a community, taking care of friends, it's difficult and it can be really draining. It means you have to sometimes put aside your own needs, but not forever. The Torah says you have to help, but then you have to take care of yourself. You have to find a way to recharge as well, because otherwise you will completely burn yourself out. I have seen so many people give and give and give, and then there is nothing left. You have to do what you can, but then you have to take care of yourself. This period of tumah, I believe, is that period of recharging. Do what you can, but then take a step back, and the community has to leave you alone for a little while in order for you to recover. Now, every single morning, one of the prayers we say is, Elohai hanashama shenatata bi tahara bi, that the soul, taharahi, the soul that you put within me is tahor, is pure. Our soul has endless energy. That's part of our soul, is our energy. The problem is our bodies do not have endless energy. And we have to take care of them. We have to do our best for as long as we can and until we can't any longer. And some days our body will have no more energy. And that's why we treat our bodies when there is no more energy, when the person has passed away. We try to treat it with as much respect and with as much dignity. That's when we say when someone has passed away that the body is in a state of tumah. It's not that it's dirty, it's just the energy is gone. The soul's energy has gone somewhere else. Because our soul energy continues, our soul is always pure. When the world was created, God said that creation was tov, that it was good, that it was filled with energy and with potential. And our job as humans is to manage that energy to create tov, to create goodness for as long as we can, and ensure that future generations can as well. When it says that there was a light of creation, that light of creation is within us. That is the potential for good. We are that light of creation. We are that potential. And that's why we have to guard it so carefully. And our souls are forever, our bodies are not. And the Torah is saying sometimes we need to step back, we need to take a break, we need to recharge. So again, we are always the potential for good. And as long as we take care of ourselves, no one can ever take that away from us. Shabbat Shalom.